Hey there, folks. Well, time to get myself in trouble. So, last time I dared broach this subject, got a pretty heated exchange or two going. Anyhow, right now, in the world, there is no taboo stronger than what I call the child/sex barrier. And that's a good taboo, but it's gone too far. Obviously, we want to protect children from molestation, but it's getting to the point now where even there's like the slightest thing that's even vaguely connected to both children and sex makes people incredibly uncomfortable. And we have parents instilling and now generations of paranoia in children, like there's a predatory pedophile lurking around every corner. That's just ridiculous. At what point are we doing more harm than good? We need to ask ourselves that. Yes, kids should be taught to, be wary of adults that are asking them to do certain things. But, I mean, we kind of figured that out back in the 80s. We told kids, say no, then go, and tell someone you trust. And that's about all you need to tell them. Odds are, this is never going to come up in their lives. And if it does, it'll be from one of those people they trust. It's not going to come from a total stranger in a dark alley. That's not how these things work. The people they have to watch out for are the people who are just really great with kids, and the kids just love them, and the adults inherently trust them, and they have lots of access to kids, and they're the ones that can weasel their way into your child's life and into something else. And that's a much trickier thing to warn about. That's why the important thing is to tell them that they have the right to decide what happens to their body, and if someone is making them do something that makes them feel weird or icky, that's wrong, and they should tell that person no and then go and tell someone they trust. That's all they need to know. We definitely do not need to instill our completely irrational fear of strangers into them. I mean, we've got parents getting in trouble for letting their child walk home from school. As if the streets of suburbia are some kind of war zone, and it's a miracle that, this child who dared to walk home made it home alive. That's insanity. They're fine. As long as you've taught them not to get in the cars of strangers and things like that, they're fine. They're safe. They're not going to get, abducted off the street. That almost never happens. So yeah, at what point do we say to ourselves, traumatizing millions of children and making them scared of every corner and alleyway and God, just the neighbors is too much. I feel like in response to a very real problem, child sexual abuse. Something that I can remember people that didn't think existed, much to my damage. But, the awareness that this is a thing that happened is something that has come about in my lifetime. So it started off from the right place. But somehow this taboo has metastasized and become something doing way more harm than good. I'm not proposing anything radical, just a change in a social attitude. Turn things down some. People shouldn't be fearing that they're going to end up on some kind of watch list because they happen to mention the world child and the word butt in the same sentence, or that they took the old innocent bearskin rug picture of their baby. Shouldn't be bristling with paranoia about putting any kind of picture of their child online because, oh no, some pedophile might get enjoyment from looking at the pictures of their fully clothed children. Big deal. What's next? We're going to be sewing our children into a burqa just on the off chance that the sight of them in public arouses some pedophile somewhere? I don't freaking think so. There are things that are far more likely to hurt your child. Car accidents, for one. And yet we don't spend nearly as much attention on those. Anyhow, I'm rambling. My point is, we've gone too far, and I think we need to just dial it back a bit. If this goes anything like the last time I broached this subject, people are going to flip the fuck out in the comments at me for daring to question the cultural hegemony of pedo hate. Oh well. Do what you gotta do. I guess that's all from me for today, folks. I will talk to you nice people again tomorrow. Bye-bye.